welcome to another episode of Grey Wolf Effects, where I'm going to be showcasing the 1/12 scale clone trooper, where we're basically having the Phase 1 and the Phase 2 clone from Bandai. Although interesting enough, it's not Bandai Spirits, but we also have Disney. So that's interesting there. Moving on to the side here, we can already see that basically we can see a brief scene from the ending of Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, as well as I believe this is from Episode 3, being I believe the 41st Elite Corps, if I'm not mistaken, led by pretty much Yoda as well as Commander Gree. Then we have Phase 2. We have a Phase 2 clone trooper here, basically just in a kneeling pose, shooting his rifle and everything like that. We have the front and we have the back view of that. And then over here we have the Phase 2 and the Phase 1 clone, basically holding the rifle here instead. And I'm sure some of you are wondering, or probably asking yourselves, for those of you who aren't familiar with the series, or the franchise really, is what exactly is the difference between the Phase 1 and the Phase 2? Well, the difference between the two is just the helmet. That's the only real major difference between the two here. And it's the same armor set except for the helmet. That's just it. And the only thing is that the Phase 2 is the only one that would actually get the binoculars or night vision goggles. I'm not really sure exactly which one is which. Over here we can see a set of spare hands, and actually before I continue, I'd like to point out that no, you do not get the two. You do not get two separate figures, you're only getting one. So it's basically the same body, the only difference is that you're just getting two different heads. So you can have it displayed either as a Phase 1 or Phase 2. Moving on here, we actually have the DC-15, although this is actually the DC-15S, I believe, blaster rifle, and the I think this is the D-15A? Oh yeah, this is the DC-15A blaster rifle, as well as the DC-15S blaster carbine. These pretty much are the more common ones that you'd see in the movies. And moving on to the side there is just another shot of what you see on the front cover. Over here we now have a nice tall portrait view of the 1/12 scale figure, and it says just 1/12. So we have pretty much just the Phase 2. It seems like that's the favorable one. And that's pretty much it for the box. So moving on from there, let's get into the runners. So runner A1, we pretty much already have the DC-15A rifle, and then we have the carbine over here. These parts here are pretty much for the helmet. I've built at least 3 of these, and this is going to be my 4th, and I have a 5th one waiting also. I plan to make a lot of customs of these, but anyway, these are pretty much the gray parts that go inside the helmet. These are for the thighs, these are for the knees, these are for the shoulder parts. These are actually the black rings that go on for the helmet. I'm not going to actually top coat this or anything. I'm just going to pretty much give a flat coat for the undersuit mainly. And then we have pretty much the rifle here is in 3 parts. Actually, no, it's in 4 parts. So you have the 2 halves here. We have the little tank that goes in the back here. And then we have the muzzle here in the front. As well as this, we have also 4 parts. Just 2 halves, a little part here, and then the muzzle there. And that's pretty much it. These are the polycaps here, I believe. Well, not polycaps, but these are the parts that go for the leg and the arm, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure exactly where exactly it was. I forgot when I built these. Moving on to runner A2, we already have part of the armor. So here we can see we have a little bit more of the undersuit. We have the chest, we have the back part, the front and the back. We have the crotch area, or the lower the area in there. We also have pretty much the visors. These visors are, this is for the Phase 1 and this is for the Phase 2, molded in a transparent black, like a smoky black kind of plastic. And then we have their ventilators slash, I guess, speakers for both of them on the top here and bottom. They're pretty much molded in black. So these are the only parts that are molded in like a transparent color. We have a gray part over here. These are for the feet. So these are for the soles of their shoes and everything. We already have their hands here, the spare hands. We have part of their belt going here. We have the abdominal section here in 2 parts. And then we have the armor plates that go on the top of the palms, as well as the elbow armor covers. And then we have some more for the belt, and then the knee covers. Moving on from that one to runner B1, we already have the chest. So we pretty much have more of the armor. So here we can have the lower section of where the armor is. We also have a little spot there that is for if you're going to attach like a little stand or something. I guess if you want to have him like jumping and he's going to do like a quick awesome attack pose or something like that, you can go ahead and do that. We have the back part for the Phase, I believe this is the Phase 2. Yeah, this is probably the Phase 2 and this is the Phase 1 here. Phase 1 face part, Phase 2 face part right here. Pretty much in this part here is the Phase 2, and then this over here is the Phase 1 helmet. So you can see right there, you can build them in both, and it's molded in a really smooth, really glossy white color. So for those of you who pretty much have seen the Clone Wars series, you would pretty much automatically say these are just a couple of shinies here. That's the basic one to say. And then moving on to B2, we have more of the armor. So we already have the thighs here, the front and the back. We have the lower leg from the shins to the calves. We have the forearm pretty much right here, the left here, the biceps and the triceps here. We have the shoulders also and everything like that. We have the footwear. We have the little rings there that connect behind the parts, or in front and behind of the elbow and the leg, the knee caps and everything. And we have these little parts here that I guess like the little straps to keep the boots down. That pretty much goes right there. And we have some more parts here to add. I actually forgot where these go exactly. I think, oh yeah, these I believe are for the feet. So just to match the color and everything like that. Moving on there, that was pretty much the last of the armor. We already have the poly caps here. You're not going to use all of them, but you're going to use a majority of these from what I remember. You'll still have plenty left over. And for those of you who also make Gundams and who also buy this particular kind of model kits, you can always reuse these poly caps for something else and see what you might be able to do in custom work and all that. Moving on from there, we also have our little display base here. And if you're wondering where the square piece is, it's in runner A1. It'd be this part here. And the cool, interesting thing is you have the option of having it in this side or this side. So you can pretty much stick it there. And basically, this is where you can have the figurine held there. So maybe if you have like a wobbly desk or something, this actually helps them keep, still in their spot without falling over or anything like that. This one, well, there's nothing keeping them there, so they'll probably just fall over, and there you go. But it's pretty nice. And not only that, it also comes with little parts here to connect. So I have the second base cut out from the other clone trooper that I got. And basically you can see an example right here. Oh, the little adapter there fell out. But you can have it like this. It's pretty much flush. It's just that right now it's just an off angle. So it's a very flush, puzzle piece. And if you don't want it like that, you just turn it around and just simply leave it like that. And it suddenly looks like a maintenance hatch or something that you can't really notice. And the cool thing is, like, if you collect enough of these particular model kits, you can make like an entire scene or something. It's almost like you're making it from a room. I'm not sure what. And it's got the little adapter here, both in the front, back, and all directions here. So you can even connect this to the Millennium Falcon that I had already reviewed earlier. And you can connect it to the other ones. So you can pretty much make them all. You can make like a massive army, just add attention, and everything like that. Or not. So that's basically what this is here. And then lastly, we have the decals. So what I really love about Bandai for this particular series of like model kits is they actually include stickers and water slides. That I really like, because for the Gundams, it's like mostly it's just stickers. You're just going to get stickers, and they don't look really good. I never really use the stickers. I just try to get my own water slides, or I'll make my own. But they give you the water slides here so you can go ahead and use them, which is really neat. That's awesome. And you can just pick wherever you want to put it. Just follow the instructions, you'll go there. Or if you just want to have this, if you don't have the solutions, the mark setter and software to use this, then you can just stick with the stickers. Maybe this, this is not too advanced anyway, but just in case. And I actually forgot to mention the visor is in 3 parts. This little goggle thing right here. And there will be a mod later on. I will make a video on how to make this move up and down freely. Because when it sticks on, it's just like in a fixed position. It doesn't actually like rise or lower, so that's the only downside about that. But that's pretty much it there. And then lastly, I have the instruction manual. Very basic setup. It's actually not even a booklet. It just kind of unfolded like a map or something, and it has very clear instructions. From what I remember, this was not complicated at all to build. You have a list of parts. You always want to make sure that you look over this just to make sure that you do have everything, so you're not missing anything. Otherwise, you can't finish the kit. And from there, we just have the backside here. Let me just move the light out of the way a bit. And it shows you basically where your decals are going to go, where you're going to place them and everything like that, what to paint, or if you're going to paint it yourself, where and what to paint, and so on. Of course, what I plan on doing with these is I plan on making a Commander Gree, a Commander Cody, and I want to have 2 just plain and simple phase 1 and phase 2 clones that I'm just going to keep there without having modified or anything like that. And I already have 3 other clone troopers that I have now. That are, one is from a 501st, just standard. It's not Captain Rex, it's not 5's Echo or any other or Oppo or anything like that. It's just a standard 501st Trooper. And then I have an Imperial Shock Trooper as well, or just the Shock Trooper. And then I have one more that's a custom that I decided to make my own. I just pretty much painted it up and everything like that. But that I will review in a later video, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be reviewing them in probably 2 parts or just going to keep it in one. All I know is that for Commander Cody, there's going to be a handful of things that I will have to modify on the exact kit. Like, one thing I have to do is, where's the parts? Oh, I need to shave down like 2 little grooves on both shoulders here. And I need to add like a little kind of a band that goes on the forearm, on the bicep, you know, on the upper body, the upper arm and everything like that. I need to put a little strap there or something. And on the helmet, I need to pretty much create a visor that goes on top of this and everything like that, as well as 2 different antennas and that little light that goes on the top of the visor and everything like that. So that's going to be a pretty tricky thing to do, at least because I've personally I've never really done such a crazy and drastic scratch build kind of thing. So this will be a very big first for me. And then for Commander Greed, it seems a little bit more simple. The only interesting part is I have to make a second one of these to go on the upper part of his backside, which basically goes, he's got one there, and then he's got another one right under there. And I have to make the custom antenna, which won't be an issue. And everything else is pretty much custom painted except for the pouch. The pouch, that's going to be a simple thing to do. The straps, I have an idea on how to make that. So that's not going to be too much of a biggie. And I even considered painting the rifle stock here in a brown color. Make it look like kind of like a wooden color or something like that. And I'm not sure if I'm going to add some foliage or something here. Because he didn't have this rifle. He actually had this blaster instead. But, you know, I'm going to probably put in like some camouflage. Because he is a camouflage clone trooper. So we'll see on that. But anyway, that's pretty much it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, you all stay safe, especially during this particular time. This is just absolutely crazy. I haven't, and I'm also sorry I haven't been, uploading anything as of late. Although I don't have a lot of followers at the moment, so it's not too much biggie, I'm sure. Especially for those of you who will be watching this in the future and everything. But yeah, I've been working a lot, essential work and everything like that. So it's been crazy, but I'm finding time to try and do all this as best I can and to show you all this and review this. Not only that, oh my God, I am freaking excited for this week's episode of Clone Wars, Season 7. This is pretty much why I wanted to do this as quick as possible. And also I'm going to try and roll out the other customs and everything as quick as I can because, wow, this episode 9 was just like, holy crap, this is just getting crazy awesome. And even the art style and everything, but that'll be something else because I'm not trying to review the series or the show or anything like that or the episodes. I'm just reviewing a model kit. But anyways, you all have yourselves an outstanding day. Please stay safe, please stay healthy, and just, have a great one.